Our top story, the worst violence Egypt has seen in months, is stoking political tensions in the country ahead of the presidential election there. At least 20 people were killed and over 100 were injured when unknown attackers targeted protesters early on Wednesday, sparking further fierce clashes. The demonstration was being held after the banning of an Islamist candidate from the election. Various political forces have rushed to blame the ruling military for the bloodshed. RT's Sarah Firth looks now into the chaos religious tensions have created in post-revolutionary Egypt.
Poking fun at Middle Eastern autocrats, this is the leading comic actor Adel Iman, and his satirical film The Leader is just one of a number in which he starred that have landed him in prison for offending Islam. It's a ruling that's enraging the public.
Well, post-revolution and religion, politics and culture have all come together in a big melting pot. Cases like Adel Iman's and others like it have caused concern amongst Egyptians that the more fundamentalist Muslims are trying to hoist their religion onto the rest of the country, and that could prove a real threat for the freedom of expression in the future.
Such convictions are casting a cloud over artistic plans here, actions which the great and the good of the Arab movie industry are quick to condemn. After being banned for years under Mubarak, hardline parties like the Muslim Brotherhood and the newly created Salafist Al-Noor party have gained serious political clout, having won the lion's share of seats in parliament.
I think the people here in Egypt has a hope to build a new Egypt, and it will be.
Just what will that new Egypt look like? For groups like Al-Noor, it means imposing much stricter Muslim codes.
We have no problem with Sharia law. Sharia law is Islamic system. So we have our culture. This is our culture content from Islam and the Arabic language and multilism society as we live in Egypt. So I think the system and the laws have to come from this culture, and this culture means Islamic laws.
Many of those pushing for implementing Sharia law in Egypt admit publicly that it could still be a long way off, but there are already signs that change is taking place.
A lot of the people who are currently governmental candidates for president are being very cautious about the statements that they make with regard to policy. Everyone is preaching moderate Islamists, but at the same time there's an undercurrent. Like, for instance, we're going to change the education curriculum slightly. We're not going to ban mixed schools, but we're going to preach religion better at schools.
No matter how subtle the differences may be at the moment, Egypt's at a key crossroads in mapping its future, and the results of what happens right now could be felt for generations. Sarah Firth, RT, Cairo.